Why would pyramids emit photon beams of radiant energy towards a mysterious cosmic cloud? There are too many things we still don't know about pyramids. Why were they built? Now, even in the Emerald tablets, and you'll find a playlist I have of them, supposedly written by Thoth the Atlantean, or also known as Hermes Trismegistus. The first thing that the Atlanteans did when they dispersed those that survived the sinking of Atlantis was they populated the various areas of the world and built pyramids. Why did they do that? Now, a cloud of very strong photon energy is starting to surround us from some time now. For some time, the cosmic object has a clear influence not only on our sun, but also on the planets in many measurable qualities and parameters. Many pyramids around the world are responding to this cosmic energy body. Several cases of visible beams emitted from the tops of pyramids have been recorded. At the same time, in many places around the world, people are hearing very non-specific sounds that defy classical explanation. Tourists have taken dozens and possibly hundreds of highly detailed photographs of energy beams of radiation that shoot from the tops of the pyramids into the sky. More recently, this happened in the famous pyramid of Kukulkan in Mexico. The popular Bosnian pyramid scheme reacted similarly in 2009-2010. A narrow beam of honey-colored energy was seen by hundreds of observers over the course of several days. Earlier this year, the Chinese pyramid in Xinjiang reacted in the same way. Some groups of scientists have even suggested that this activity may have an extraterrestrial origin. This is the Kukulkan, Mexico pyramid. Now, at the top of the pyramid in Teotihuacan, tourists saw a very interesting whirlwind of energy. At first glance, the things looked like a classical air whirlwind that can form even under a blue-colored sky under exceptional conditions. Of course, the probability that a vortex forms right on top of the pyramid, the apex of the pyramid, is so small that it's practically impossible. Rather, I think that this air vortex was already a result of the column of energy in that place. In this case, it was an invisible type of energy. A very strange energy vortex was recorded in complete darkness on camera at one of the Egyptian pyramids. Surprisingly, it was a double helix similar to human DNA. Of course, in parallel with these phenomena, a number of questions arise. There are two scientists who have been able to systematically analyze these phenomena. One of them is astrophysicist Paul Viollet, and the other is astrophysicist Dr. Alexei Dmitriev. They're both convinced that there are dramatic and rather radical changes taking place on our planet and also in our solar system. Both scientists unanimously declare that our solar system is in a process that cannot be affected by any process artificially caused or controlled by man. Dr. Dmitriev said, "There is nothing in our hands that could somehow affect the situation. Moreover, we are at the very beginning of gigantic changes and events of a much larger caliber. At the same time, I'm convinced that this is not the first time our planet has gone through this process. The planet has experienced and knows what to do to protect us. We all go through and will go through the test of humility and the mechanism of spiritual surrender, which has nothing to do with the classical form of surrender." Dr. Dmitriev also noted that earlier the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 probes had already received information that unambiguously demonstrated the presence of a massive photon energy cloud. Instead of informing the public in time, scientists simply hushed the matter up. It's now too late to offer any comprehensive information to people, as people will not have enough time to probably absorb all the information. A gross mistake was made in this respect on the part of responsible scientific institutions. And here we have a diagram of our sun and our solar system at the 7 o'clock position, and various 10,000 years darkness, 2,000 years of light. What is all this? Dr. Metrav, author of George Mason University, NASA's Heliophysics Research Center, also spoke on the matter and confirmed that information about the highly unstable and turbulent nature of the photon energy cloud has been kept from the public. Many of us are convinced that our entire solar system is experiencing some kind of strange activity that affects all life at all levels of evolution. Recently, the interaction of the interstellar energy cloud with respect to our sun has increased again, which led to the creation of an increased magnetic flux, which in turn perturbs the initial level of the magnetosphere and the severity of the geomagnetic field of individual planets in our solar system. We know that the magnetosphere, the Earth's geomagnetic field is decreasing, and nobody knows why. Now, this situation leads to subsequent mutations of the planetary climate, to the activation of anomalous energy vortices in the energy field of the Earth and other planets, to polar magnetic disturbances, to weather disturbances in the global sense. As a kind of icing on the cake, there are incessant eerie sounds that appear with inexorable regularity almost all over the planet. These strange sounds that people hear, frightening the unsuspected population. Many recordings have appeared online, and while the vast majority are nothing more or less than a hoax, there are at least a few dozen original recordings of the phenomenon. The cause of strange sounds that frighten unsuspecting people could very well lie in the core of the Earth, where, in parallel with the plasma cosmic cloud, very bizarre processes take place there. For example, on November 16, 2013, a strong gravitational impulse was recorded by geophysicist stations of the Atropatena type at exactly the same time, taking into account time zones. Scientists agree that this colossal release of planetary energy heralded a kind of starting signal when our planet, in terms of the internal energy of the Earth, enters a new active phase. The solar system is mobilizing. Planet Earth is mobilizing. The pyramids and perhaps other ancient sacred structures are being mobilized and are entering a state of awakening. What about us? People have lost potential. We look and do not see. The deaf also hear in the literal and figurative sense. If this is not in official science and scientists do not recognize it, then this cannot be. Clairaudience is a gift from heaven, but unfortunately they don't look at heaven and they don't believe it. It's a pity. The sounds, as if blown into a horn, are described in the scriptures, and this is a clear indication of vigilance. And also, I have a few months ago, I remember I uploaded a video concerning what was written in the ancient Greek texts by ancient scholars, saying that the energy, these strange sounds that the energy of the Earth makes, is because there is a change in the spiritual evolution of the Earth and mankind. That was their explanation. So this is on Soul Ask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.